Why didn't we see that?
Parked within 20 yards of it.
Go up to it. What you got?
I said I wasn't coming back till I had one in my hand.
Nice.
That made
Hold it
my
up.
day.
I'd say that's #1 target deer for next year. Well, it's November 15th and we got a little snow on the ground. It's actually supposed to warm up. A lot of it's probably going to melt off here this afternoon, but we're going to head in and try to get after one of these bucks. We want to film Dad this afternoon. Here we go. Missed him. Oh.
How'd you miss him? I was right on him.
What yardage?
30. Did you hear the cam hit? Dang it. Dang it.
When Dad pulled the trigger and I saw that arrow flying really funny and go underneath that deer, I knew something wasn't right. Dad, he's pretty much a dead eye. You can count on him pretty much anytime he's behind the gun or behind the bow. And I knew something just wasn't quite right. I knew that he didn't miss that deer by that much with a crossbow at 30 yards. So we got to looking around, played back some of the footage, and if you play back the second angle, you can see the white fletching, the odd fletching on his arrow is supposed to be pointed down because that Raven crossbow has got an arrow rest, and if you have that cock fletching up, those two bottom fletchings hit it and it made that arrow dance like that. So still probably one of the lowest feelings in the world because you're probably only going to get one shot at a deer like that. You know, we know him well. He's a 5.5-year-old buck. And as we sit there, I start getting more pictures of him throughout the farm on some of the cameras. And I said, you know what, Dad, this may not be over. And what do you know, 45 minutes later, doe comes back in the plot, Houdini is in tow.
You hit him that time.
Yep.
I cannot believe that just happened.
I was looking right there because I thought I saw antlers right there.
Did you kill him? I didn't know you was gonna shoot. I
I didn't have any choice. I had to shoot. I was running out of room.
I think you hit him mid-body.
He was stepping, but I thought I had it just in front of his shoulder.
Oh my God. Let's play the footage back.
I initially wanted to stop the deer. I was trying to crack the focus, and Dad shoots. I didn't know that he was gonna shoot. And in hindsight, it was pretty smart. He didn't want to stop the deer because we had already stopped him once. But he shoots and absolutely pinwheels the deer.
Drilled him. 12 ring. Oh my gosh.
I was sitting here calling myself a dumbass for playing a stupid move. I've shot that bow and done that right. I saw him.
Cannot believe that happened.
I saw him right there. All I saw was antlers right there, and he, because that doe was there. Look what stepped out.
Yeah. Well, I just looked over. I'm like, Daddy's back in the plot.
I know. I'm looking right there, and I couldn't see from a binocular. He stepped out right there. He won't step out again.
No, I think you pinwheeled him that
Smoked
time.
him.
Number one target buck. Oh, there he is. He didn't make it to the creek.
Didn't make it to
That
the
was
creek.
that was the number one thing we were worried
That
about.
was what I was worried about.
I can still see the knock. Sweet.
That was a hit right there.
It's perfect, Dad. Look at that buck. That is a toad of an 8-pointer, Dad.
He really blew up.
That is awesome. Number one buck.
Number one target.
That deer is way bigger than I thought he was.
So this is a deer that we called Houdini. I've known him for the past 3 years. We've gotten a lot of trail camera pictures of him. And he was that type of deer that every time he would spot a trail camera, you'd never get another picture of him in that spot again. He was just extremely camera shy. I actually started hanging some cameras up high and kind of out of the way of trails, and I started getting more pictures of him, and we were kind of able to figure him out that way. I had a couple cameras that were blackout flash. If he'd walk by him in the dark, he wouldn't see him. But if he would walk by him in the daylight, he'd see the camera and then you'd never see him again. It's just, he's one of those deer that's super sneaky, super sly. You know, I was in there trying to hunt him. I would never see him, and then 2 hours later I'd have a trail camera picture of him. It was almost like he was watching me from afar come in and out of the farm. Just a really impressive 8-pointer. 23 and a half inches wide, super massive at his bases, good beam length, decent time length, really good brow times. And I'm just really glad that Dad got it done. Again, not necessarily the traditional way that we like to do it, but we got it done and got to share a great memory on the family farm.